And we are on storm watch this afternoon as a powerful spring storm makes its way across the region, bringing rain to the valley floor, snow to the high country. We have a live look for you here outside. This is Sierra at Tahoe. You can see that snow blowing sideways there. Snow flurries blowing all around. The system is expected to bring more snow to the higher elevations. And a live look for you here outside in Sacramento, where skies are definitely gray. Rain has been falling since overnight, and it's not expected to let up anytime soon. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us here on this Thursday. I'm Lisa Ortiz. I want to check in with CBS 13's meteorologist Lisa Meadows in the Weather Center with our forecast. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too. Boy, it has been wild out there this morning. The main thing we've been seeing across Northern California, the flood threat. And we're still dealing with some flooding in a lot of locations, especially further off to the east into the foothills. So now here's your current Titan HD Doppler radar showing a lot of these showers. And just now, latest radar scan starting to pop up some thunderstorms just off to the southeast of Sacramento. Very spotty with a lot of this activity right now. This morning, this whole map was green. We had widespread rainfall, but a lot of this has continued to push further off to the east. We have just one line of showers pretty much stretching from Sacramento down to the Bay Area, and then ongoing showers into the foothills. So Sacramento, we're actually pretty much dry with the exception of this one little bit of rain that's pushing on off to the east. Now, what about the snow? Because we've been talking about the snow level with this, right? Snow's been pretty high. This is the warm sector of the system. So that's kept that snow up and kept us mainly seeing rain, which also added to the flood threat. So we're still seeing that along I-80. Highway 50 starting to see a little bit more snow along the Highway 50 corridor. Now here's where we're seeing this flood threat. It's definitely not a microscopic flood threat here. As you can see, when it comes to that flood advisory, this goes until 5:15 p.m. today. All of these locations in the green are seeing localized flooding or have the potential of seeing localized flooding, including this location. We're still watching for at least this one flood warning that has been in place. This goes until 8 a.m. on Friday. Zooming out the bigger picture, the next thing we're going to continue to watch would be not only the aerial flood advisory in place in the green, but also the winter storm warning, because this is what's next on the list. We're anticipating that snow level to lower. Winter storm warning goes until 11 p.m. on Thursday today. I'll break down the details of that coming up in just a bit. Lisa.
Lisa, thank you. Well, the heavy rain this morning has caused some flooding in Folsom. Now the city is trying to play catch up in different locations with this break in the storm. CBS 13 Sean Bennett is along Sibley Street between Blue Ravine Road and Levee Road with a look at the conditions and how this impacted the morning commute.
Both sides of Sibley Road flooded here in Folsom, and it all has to do with the Humbug Creek. So the double yellow line disappeared. Looks more like a river that's out here. Let me take you off into the side of the road here. As we make our way onto the sidewalk, you can see there's a clear path. Over here, this is where it gets real interesting. This is a jogging path or a running path. The water running over the top, and it's also running over the top of the railroad tracks as well. Now, this has been a problem today. What people are doing is they are getting out of their car, they are moving the orange cones around the roadblock and driving through this, according to the city of Folsom. Well, a lot of cars have made their way through it, and they're lucky they didn't get stuck. We've covered a lot of water rescues over the years. That's why these roadblocks are in place. And the city of Folsom says in a short span, they came back 4 times just to put the cones back. Now, neighbors in the area, it definitely impacted their morning routine.
Left this morning to bring the kids to school, and this was blocked off, so I had to drive all the way around town, which took 30 minutes, and the kids were late to school.
It happens every so often, but they did do some cleaning, so I thought it wasn't going to happen again, but here we are a year later, and it's like, this is the worst I've ever seen it.
The city of Folsom tells CBS 13 when there's a break in the weather, the water does recede, and then Humbug Creek will just keep it with just the creek. The water won't go on top of Sibley Street and make it where it is closed to all residents on both sides in both directions. Back over to you.
And that was Sean Bennett reporting.